Hi there, welcome back to another week of Counter-Strike game and skin market update. This is Skinomics2, and this video covers the 25th to 31st of August 2025. We start with our usual Armory Pass update, whereby we see the graphic design collection to break even in ROI. We also saw the missing link charms shoot up to 140% on unboxing return. However, the Solitude, as expected, made an 18% drop as more come into existence. Both cases within the pass remain profitable. We move on to Austin Major sticker capsules. The team capsules have remained close to break even on unboxing 2 weeks after the 75% sales have begun. Not much else has changed with these stickers. With the souvenir packages also from Austin, 4 collections are profitable on unboxing. Although both trade and unboxing volume are quite low for the packages, as well as the charms apart from a select few. The top 4 of those charms are now shown on screen, with the favourite obviously being the Strike Back highlight from Apex. I can potentially see prices for these tick up over time when the market starts to pay attention to these in due course. People just aren't too keen right now. Moving on, the biggest news coming out of China for trading this week is that for selected users, Buff163 now supports purchasing other items with frozen balance that resulted from sales. This makes intuitive sense, given trade reversal would revoke both bought and sold items. Regardless, this is massive for liquidity of the market going forward. CS Float is said to be working on how they can implement the same system over time, which if done, will bring the same benefits to Western users. At the same time, we have seen continued pumps for selected items this week. A few to highlight include more Stockholm holographic stickers, various agent skins, and discontinued play skins in factory new condition. The rate at which these items are going up is abnormal and suggests foul play. Perhaps this is best showcased by the M4 Leather Glass from the Spectrum 2 collection quadrupling in price in just over 2 weeks. Keep in mind that this is a very average looking skin with mediocre demand otherwise. Astonishingly, the 2 factors we have just mentioned combined to make a new market high this week. The total market capitalization of all Counter-Strike skins now equate to $5.13 billion. Whilst not making the S&P 500, this is comfortably higher than the smallest company of the Russell 1000 index, which is a list of 1000 largest companies listed in the US. Moving on, even though this is not enough to sing doom and gloom, the UK government has forced age verification for Steam users living in the nation. Users residing in the UK will now have to upload their credit card information to continue using Steam. This may deal a huge blow to the CS2 skin market if implemented worldwide. Both bot farms and people with multiple accounts may have a hard time if the UK changes were to be instigated on everyone. Next, a user by the name of Pong Pong King has been banned by Valve, with an inventory value close to $2 million. Supposedly, this ban was at the request of the Chinese authorities on account of money laundering. This alludes to 2 things. One, that government entities are becoming more aware of CS skins as a form of valuable asset. Second is that all investors and players alike need to understand the risks posed by the sole control Valve has over skins. Moving on to the last headline of the week involving a NetEase game called Fragpunk. Note that NetEase is one of the largest companies in China, and is the same company which owns Buff163. The game, which averages around 2,000 to 3,000 players, has added a map that blatantly copies Inferno of CS2 from every aspect apart from cosmetics. The map has since been removed, and the in-game announcement said it was due to technical issues. Behind the scenes, it may be that Valve has reached out to the developers, although that will likely never be known to the public. As I researched this story, I found some interesting information I thought I'd share. Rights to the maps are largely split between 3 categories. First are maps like Dust 2, Inferno and Nuke, which were carried over from the original Counter-Strike back in 2001. The rights were obtained by Valve when they first took on Counter-Strike. The second are maps which are workshop made, with rights acquired by Valve if they had performed well. Last are Valve made maps that have developed by their own level design team. Finally, let's move on to our weekly craft idea. With the M4 Stratosphere skin, you can place some elemental craft stickers to dramatize the skin. Specifically, place the Boom Blast and Boom Trail stickers in front of the fighters as shown on screen. Note that the Boom Trail sticker is scraped to achieve the desired effect. Switching gears to market analysis. The Skinomics 2 index, which contains a list of items I use to represent the market, increased by a significant 6.69% this week, effectively reversing the adverse impacts from the trade protection update. The eSport Fire index, which contains a list of 300 high-value liquid items, also showcases a story of market growth, with the trough of August 11th largely behind us. Moving on to buff value of trade and trade volume data sourced from the cheap instant skin trading site iTrade.gg. We are seeing slowly climbing market activity, which is a positive sign in line with the price increases. A similar picture is mirrored with the total value and volume data sourced from SteamDT. Both confidence and liquidity are increasing with time. This is encouraging stuff. Now, let's break the skin market movements this week down into categories. Starting off with knives and gloves, we saw no red items this week, and everyone was a winner. The knock gloves in particular climbed over 13%. Higher tiered weapon skins follow suit. The Blaze performed the best within my index, gaining over 10%. Agents also did well. Agents Rixor in particular saw an impressive growth north of 20%. Last but not least, in the affordable weapon segment, we have seen a general increase which is again healthy for the market. Moving on, according to CS2 Case Tracker, case unboxing numbers remain relatively low at 7.2 million in the week. The hype with price has largely not translated into more unboxings. Nonetheless, player count did see a very small resurgence, gaining 0.7% in the last 30 days. Non-active case prices declined overall, with only the original weapon case being spared. This has actually meant slightly higher returns on unboxing for most cases. Active cases fared slightly better. The Kilowatt case gained 3.5% whilst the Revolution case dropped by 10.6%. Others remained relatively stable. Let's now take a glimpse at this week's biggest winners and losers. In winners, as we have spoken about in the headlines, Holo Stockholm stickers and agents gained. Specifically, the biggest percentage increase of the stickers came from Antwerp and Stockholm Renegades. The biggest loser this week came from Z4KR's Austin sticker, which is not a surprise as more are being unboxed. The other two items this week showcases very well what happens when the initial capital injection to an item dissipates, and serves as a very good cautionary tale for my audience. Onto the top trades of the week, also sourced from the skin trading site iTrade.gg. Buff's top trade sold for a whopping $125,000, featuring a StatTrak Vulcan with 4 Category 14 holos. Second and third places were comparatively mundane, which sees a factory new Wild Lotus and a Butterfly Emerald. There are a total of 8 non-banned StatTrak Vulcans with 4 Titan holos, which actually have made it not too rare for a craft given the $125,000 price tag. Crazy. On CS Float, the top place was a Category 14 Legend capsule, selling for $38,000, a significant increase in price from the last sale. Second and third places were also a factory new Wild Lotus and a Butterfly Emerald. Moving into game news, there were 2 updates this week which saw bug fixes and no new content. Mezzy, whom plays for Vitality, complained the game has endured stability issues after the update on the 27th. Furthermore, Thor posted on Twitter with regards to some sway issues involving weapon handling. I expect this to be fixed in due time, but is annoying for the time being. Now onto the pro scene. The ongoing Blast Open London has provided entertainment throughout the week. One result I wanted to highlight was Spirit's game against Furia. Spirit lost despite a remarkable 1.74 rating by Donk. ESL Chengdu, to be held in November, has confirmed its attendee list, which will feature 2 Chinese teams. It will be a welcoming continuation of Tier 1 competition in the region after the Shanghai Major last year. Moving on, in transfers, Virtus Pro make a roster change 2 months after signing Perfecto by benching Electronic. Rare Adam parted ways with bench player Trash. Snacks parted way with G2. MIBR benched Safi to sign Klim from G2 Academy on a loan basis. And lastly, rumours suggest that Magisk may replace Stavin at Australis as the org continues to struggle in Tier 1. I am still open to skin donations, and a reminder to join my Discord. Please like, share and subscribe. On that bombshell, that was all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!